Yo, what up, Nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from your mama's house. Doing my thing as I usually do. You know that most hated do with your incredible mood. Coming at you guys with another video about Russia on this new series, new playlist I have that I'm actually going to stick to and I'm actually going to use. I want to stick to it and I'm going to use it to answer all your Russian questions and shit. Alright, so this one's about people thinking or people asking about, is Russia dangerous for Americans? Like, no, don't Russians hate Americans because, ever since the Cold War and Obama and Putin not getting along, and what the hell is going on here? Okay. Obama and Putin not getting along and all this stuff. Don't Russia hate Americans? When people find out you're American, don't they get angry? Well, I have an answer for you. No. I mean, the only time, and I know I've told this before, I'm just lie here. You guys don't need to see me anyway. The only time I ever dealt or seen anything anti-American towards me, and it was fucking hilarious. I'll never forget it. It was in, I guess, the city of Tula. Yeah, a city called Tula, because I've been in 31 cities in this country, and I'm still getting invited to tour the country. And I don't know if I'm going to do it, because the ruble's still low. If the ruble goes up, I'll do it. But right now, the ruble's real small. Still kind of small, so I don't think I'm interested. But I went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, because I was working in the school already for like 3 days, I had like one more day to go, so some guys who found out I was working there decided to write a message for me in the bathroom, and it said, "Go home, Yankee." I was crying. I mean, not crying because I was sad. You guys know what I mean by crying. I was dying. They just called a nigga a Yankee. I lost it. I couldn't stop laughing. I took a picture and everything. I could not stop laughing. I don't know if I posted the picture, because I refrain from posting stuff like that, because Russians are sensitive when it comes to foreigners talking about their country. They're very sensitive. If they think you're trying to make the country look bad, you have a lot of backlash. You know what I mean? But if it's something that pertains to me in any way, or if it's something like about America or something that I feel that deals with me personally, I'm going to say something. Like when they were calling some rappers out here Americans and they weren't American, I'm going to say something, because that's bullshit. Like when some people thought that it's dangerous for Russians to go to America, I spoke on it. I'm like, we don't give a fuck if you're fucking Russian, you go to America. No one gives a shit. Like, you're just another white person. Like, I try to explain that. I remember this one girl was like, "I can't go to America with you. My grandmother said they're gonna kill me." I'm like, no one gives a fuck that you're Russian. You're just another white person. No one gives a shit. Maybe if someone hates white people, they'll hate you too. But it has nothing to do with you being Russian. No one gives a fuck. No one. I've never seen an anti-Russian group in America. No one cares. Like, maybe the government doesn't like the Russian government, but the people don't give a shit that you're from. No one cares. What I mean by no one cares, I mean no one wants to hurt you because you're from Russia. It's stupid shit like that. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It makes me laugh every time I've heard it. So basically, I don't get a lot of negative shit here about because I'm American. It doesn't really happen. It's just a lot of misunderstandings and all that kind of stuff. But basically how it is to be American in Russia, well, how do I put it the best way possible? I don't want to just say it's awesome, because I don't know sometimes if I'm being treated a certain way because I'm American or because I'm black. It's the biggest debate that I have with people when I'm in Russia, especially when we know each other well and we can talk about that, especially when it comes to girls too. Like, I'll never forget the owner of the Go English school. We talk about it sometimes. Not Go English, ooh, my bad, London English. So sometimes I don't know if they're being nice to me because I'm black or they're being nice to me because I'm American, but I can tell you this. One of the two is, or both of them, or just my YouTube personality, whatever, is really helpful to me here. I don't know what it is. So at least when we talk about America, most people I know want to visit. Most people I know want to visit. Russians that I know, right now I know maybe 4 Russian people in America right now. One girl already made the joke, and I want her to come back, but she already made the joke, "I don't want to come back." And I told her she better bring her ass back. I'm going to go over there and get her. And one guy and 2 other girls, and they're very happy to get it. It's common that a lot of Russian people will travel to, not just going to say America, but to the West in general. They love it. They love going for vacation, and sometimes, they're known to stay. But on the other side of things, know how to say grass is always greener on the other side? That's bullshit. Because it's still very rare in comparison for Americans to go to Russia like Russians going to America. It's extremely rare. So it's not the same thing. The grass is greener on the other side with that shit. That's bullshit. Some people think, oh, but Americans come here a lot too. I'm like, no, they fucking don't. You know, I hate hearing that shit. You know, I'm like, where are you getting this from? Like, me being an American, all the traveling I did around Russia, the lack of Americans I met, I mean, it didn't bother me, but I was just like, damn, nigga, God, it's so rare to meet one. I can count it, how many Americans I've met, and I've been here for about 3.5 years in total, 31 cities. I can count all the people I met, and I won't run out of fingers. All the Americans I met, I won't run out of fingers. So it's like, Jesus Christ, where they at, though? You know what I mean? 3 years? Where they at, though? So, yeah, it's not very common for Americans to come here. It could be because of the economy or just the popular culture, you know. And that's the most important part about this video I want to mention, is the popular culture of America affecting everything everywhere, which is true. So one of the Black Lives Matter guys said this, and I agree with him on that. He was like, America sets the standards for a lot of places around the world, even here. I remember the funniest thing I ever saw. There was this dude, I guess he was like some nationalist kind of dude, and he was wearing a fucking, he was wearing a Southern Pride shirt, and it had a Confederate flag. And I remember it was in this city, and I was standing next to him because I needed to buy a remote control for my air conditioner. And I like looked at his shirt, and he was looking at me like nodding his head, like pointing at his shirt, and I'm like, really? Okay, yeah, can I get the remote control, please? And it's like, what the fuck? So that is straight from America. I'm not saying he learned all his hate or whatever he might have, I don't give a fuck, from America, but he adopted some things from the American culture that deals with racism, and he's using it in Russia. You know, that's just a perfect example. And I even showed you guys a picture once of another car that had the same thing, the Southern Pride. Well, I don't know if the car said Southern Pride, but I should have it somewhere either on my VK or my Facebook. But it has the Confederate flag on the bumper sticker. Now, I'm not sure that's because of racism or something. I don't know, but it was just weird. What the fuck is that doing there? You know, I'll give many examples of it too, but the police do not copy American police. They don't, because I never get bothered by police at all. Only time I ever get bothered, fucking shorts. Only time I ever get, I would say, bothered is when I go to the metro and they always scan me because, you know, I don't look Russian. Obviously, I could be a terrorist. A lot of terrorist attacks happen in the train station. So I get that. I get searched a lot, but I don't complain. It's just what happens. What else? Is there perks to being American? It would be better to ask a white American about that, because I don't know if I'm getting a perk because I'm black or because I'm American. That's why I think it's better to ask a white person, because I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you this one thing. Being black versus being white when you're American, they both have perks in different ways. Like, I learned this when I hang out with my friend Jean-Marc. You know, he's a white guy. He's not American, he's French, but out here it is. They're both like cool countries to be from. Both very cool. France and America. They're both very cool to be from. Probably the two best. Like, I'd say the best places to be from in Russia is America, France, maybe Spain. Australia, probably, I don't think so. But I think France and America, those are the two coolest countries to be from, because it's so common where I tell someone where I'm from, they're like, cool. Like, for example, if you guys go to my Instagram, you gotta subscribe to my Instagram, follow, whatever. You see a picture of me with this blonde girl with a yellow shirt. I'm going to upload that video to show how easy it is for me to meet people, how people approach me and stuff. I want to upload that video. And what happened was, I was just walking in the street, and this girl she was like walking kind of behind me with her face over my shoulder. I'm like, the fuck is, I didn't know it was a girl. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know, so I turn around, and it was a girl. She's like, oh, hi. And we start talking, and she took me to a restaurant, like on the spot. Restaurant she works at, very nice one, and she's like, so where are you from? I'm like, New York. She's like, that's so cool. And then she starts freaking out. And it's like a 20-year-old super fucking model, literally supermodel, who's so happy because I'm from New York, and we exchange information and whatever, and we talk sometimes. So that's how easy it is, you know. Like, she was very excited just to hear that I'm from New York. And, you know, a lot of people want to know, who is she, where is she, not where is she from, but who is she, what does she do, how'd you meet her? I'm like, I was walking down the fucking street. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes if you're from one of these countries, you will get extra attention. But when you're white and a foreigner here, you have a wider range of, I would say, people who are willing to communicate with you, guys or girls. You have a wider range of people who want to communicate with you. So basically, like when I go out with my friend Jean-Marc, it's either because he's much nicer than me. Most foreigners are much nicer than me. Like when I was hanging out with the black guy who was here like 3 weeks ago, he was from Great Britain, and he had a lot of money, and we were just balling like idiots. More people talk to him than me, and I don't know what it is. It could be because people see me all the fucking time. That's number one. But Jean-Marc's been here longer than me, 4 years. I think it's because I'm a dick when I'm not. I think it's because I'm a dick. If you see me when I'm out, if I don't know you, I don't want to talk to you. If you look at me, the look I'm gonna give to you isn't really a good look, and I know I'm like that, and people tell me that, but I don't. It's just how I am. I don't want to talk to too many people I don't know. I have enough friends. I'm fine, you know. But these guys are way more outgoing. They're willing to talk to anyone. They're willing to, you know, I think they're more trusting of people. You know, they'll bring girls home the first night they meet them. I typically do not do that unless it's for Andre. I know he's watching this video. And then, other than that, you know, I don't trust a lot of people. That's my thing. So he has a wider range of people who want to talk to him and stuff. If you're white, you have a wider range. But for black people, we don't have the range like the white people do, because not saying people hate you because you're black, but a lot of people just, especially when it comes to girls, they may not be comfortable, at least in public, especially in public, being too close to you and stuff like that. But the advantage comes when it comes to those specific ones who do really like it, those specific ones who don't get the opportunity, who always wanted to meet a black person or something like that, especially a black American who never got the opportunity. That's where our advantages come in, because when I go somewhere, a lot of them think I can't miss this opportunity, and it's like I'm going to go talk to him. I can't miss this opportunity, and they're willing to do, like, you know, they'll break their necks to talk to you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? They'll just go straight to you and just start talking and blah 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 blah. You know, they'll find a reason. Like when I met Lena, the really pretty blonde girl who lived in China. Like, I thought she was the most gorgeous fucking girl I've ever seen at the time, and she just ran over to me. She used any excuse she can. She just went right over there. That's a perfect example. There's many more examples, but that's what I'm talking about. The ones who are into the black thing, kind of, I can't miss this opportunity. I'm gonna go over there and say something, you know? Because like I said, to this day, unlike every other foreigner in this city, I am the only one who never approached a woman to this day. I never have, and I never will. All the girls you see me in pictures with on Instagram, I don't approach, they come up to me. I find it easier for me to do it that way because I understand the logic behind why I do what I do. Because I know I'm black, there's not many of us here. If someone really wants to talk to me, guy or girl, they're gonna come up to me. They're gonna see I'm a foreigner. That's why I like sitting by myself. A lot of people don't know that either. That's why I like sitting by myself, because if someone wants to talk to me, they're more likely to do it when I'm by myself, because it makes me look lonely, it makes me look bored, and if they know any English, they're like, hey, blah, 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 and they feel more comfortable. But when I'm with a bunch of people, they may do it too, but it's different, because when I'm with a bunch of people, we can't talk in private, we can't really express ourselves, and maybe she wants to say something that she doesn't want to say in front of other people. Yeah, so I think there's a slight advantage when I'm sitting there by myself, so I'm bored, and when people are drinking, they're like, fuck it, let me just do it, you know, let my inhibitions go, and they go for it. So yeah, I don't think there's any problems being American in Russia. There's no problems. And all that stuff is just on a government level. I don't think anybody should worry about that. Oh, I don't want to go to Russia because I'm American. Nah, it's retarded. All that America versus Russian beef all of it's on a government level. It's all on a government level, all of it. You know, when it comes to people, no. You know, there's no kick Americans out of Russia. It's stupid. There's no group like that out here or anything like that. It's retarded, you know. So, that's really it, man. Being American in Russia is fine. Being French in Russia is fine. All that kind of stuff. I mean, being African in Russia is cool too. I'm not trying to say if you're black from Africa, you shouldn't go to Russia. No, I'm not trying to say that at all. It's just in Russia, they don't know much about Africa for shit. They don't know anything. I thought I didn't know anything. Russians definitely don't know anything about Africa. Nothing at all. But it's not their fault, because they don't know. They don't need to know. All they need to know is how to respect people. But other than that, they don't need to know shit about anywhere they don't want to know. Because there's a lot of things, a lot of countries and cultures we don't know about in America, and they know in Russia, and it makes me look stupid. I know about Africa than they do here, and I don't think it makes them look stupid. You know, it's just people know what they know. You learn what you learn, and that's it. As long as everyone respects each other, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to like anybody. And I guess I'm going to make another video about gays in Russia. I'm on a roll today. And I probably shouldn't make that video about gays in Russia, but we'll see. I think I'm going to make it, because, yeah, I'm going to make that video. Fuck it. And now I'm out, Nichols. Later.